A new player enters the action camera arena, the Insta360 One R. What comes in the box and is it any good? Let's find out. What's up everyone, I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So I've been waiting to make this video for a very long time. Insta360 did reach out to me and asked me if I wanted to check this out. I said no, I was kind of waiting till the 1-inch censored version came out. It's kind of delayed right now, so I went out and I purchased this on Amazon for ding amount of dollars just because I really wanted to get to this because I love making action camera videos, and there's not too many action cameras that get released, you know, in any given year. I feel like a few years ago it was only GoPro, and then it was all the GoPro clones, and then that market basically imploded, and then we had GoPro by itself for a year, then DJI entered the fray, and now Insta360 One. So let's see what they've got, because I love action cameras. There's nothing else to say about that. You know me, you know I love action cameras. So let's see what we've got here. So the Insta360 One R 4K edition, this is the GoPro competitor. So it is an action camera like no other. We'll find that out. Insta360, 4K 60, 12 megapixel flow state stabilization. Now Insta360 One, I have used their X and a few of their other 360 cameras, and their stabilization is pretty legit. So I'm excited to see what they were able to do in more of a stationary action camera. It's waterproof to 5 meters, not 10 meters like the rest of the industry. Here's all the things that it can do. You can read those on your own. In the box, we get the core, the 4K wide angle mod. Okay, so it's like a buildable thing. I have a very strict policy of not watching other people's content about something that I'm gonna make content about, so I don't actually know anything about this camera yet. I'm so excited. I love new cameras. What do we got in the box? Oh, there we go. That looks awesome. Don't worry, we'll get to you, camera, but that looks so cool. Let's see what we got in this little box. Hopefully, one of the things that irritates me about other action camera companies, as they get bigger, they start providing less and less stuff in the box. So let's see. Hopefully, Insta360 One has given us some good accessories. So we get a USB to USB-C cable. Hopefully that means this has USB-C, which would make me happy. We've got a case. That is a big old case. Like, look at that thing. I don't have my GoPro. My GoPro's in the room over there, so I can't, but that is a huge case. This thing must be a gigantic camera. How do we get this off? There we go. Okay, I mean, pretty standard action camera stuff. It does feel like pretty cheap plastic. There is some give to these feet, which makes me kind of nervous about it, because it looks like once you break these, you might be hosed. We'll have to see if there's something else on there. The reason why I get so caught up about things like this case or in the GoPro with their feet, like, there's certain things where it may not be the camera, but if it breaks, you basically can't use the camera. And little feet like this, when it comes to mounts, are very important. So what do we get in here? Okay, we've got so these feel what is going, like, this feels cheap. These feel good. Like, there is no, can you see that? There is no give here. It doesn't feel like they used the same material on these two things. I could be totally wrong. They could have used the same, but it just feels different. But here's how you will mount it. You get the very, very traditional action camera mount. You've got the 1/4-inch tripod mount on the bottom. Works with all standard stuff. What do we have? Ooh. Ooh. Don't eat it. Throw this away. Do not eat the silica gel. Man, when's the last time we got to make that joke? It's been a while. Don't eat the silica gel. Now I gotta pick up that silica gel if my wife is watching. Are you watching? Hopefully she didn't just see me make a mess down here. Okay, what else do we have? We've got the quick start guide, which is pretty beefy for an action camera, but it's probably in lots of languages. So all of this is not just for those of us that speak English. Shenzhen Arashi Vision Company. That must be Insta360 One for short. So we've got the quick start guide, camera assembly. We probably will need this since this is, like, you can buy the different mods. Like, there's a 360 mod, there's the 1-inch mod. There's all sorts of ways where you can, like, modularly, is that a word? That's probably not a word. Where you can modularly build this all together. So we'll put that down. We get the warranty card. We get a cleaning cloth, which is pretty nice, and stickers. We need to start tagging stuff. Stickers. Okay, what to know about the waterproofing? When's the last time you ever heard an action camera warn you about the waterproofing? Like, that's why you get an action camera, because it's waterproof. Okay, let's see what else we get. Is that everything? Okay, let's check out well, here's the battery. So the battery is also one of the mods here, and that does feel really good. 1190 milliamp hours. One of the things though that I don't like about having such a fancy battery is I bet these are expensive to replace. It's not just like a battery in the GoPro, or the DJI Osmo Action where you just pop them out, pop them back in. This looks, when you have proprietary stuff like that, it screams expensive to me, but it does feel really good. Looks like it has a solid mounting point. Let's check out so this is the camera itself. This is the core body that does have the screen. And it did say we could take them apart, right? We'll have to figure out how to do that. But let's take this off. I love taking electronic stuff off. Ooh, that one was on there. Check out that lens. Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. We've got okay, there's that USB-C that we were talking about, the micro SD card slot. Is that almost looks frayed a little bit, like the cable that's holding this in. It could just be my eyesight. I'm not used to, I can't see very small things. I guess I'm getting old. That almost looked frayed a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. It feels good. 4K wide angle. f2.8, 16.4 millimeter equivalent. Flow state stabilization. It looks like there's a big microphone here in the front. On button. I think there is a way that you can detach these, right? It said we could detach them. Do you just pull them apart? You just pull them? Okay, there you go. You just pull them apart. So there's the 4K. There's the standard action camera. Here's the core. This is like the brains of the operation. You got the different inputs right there. Can you do this backwards? Can we put it back on backwards if I want the screen to be facing me? Oh, it looks like you can. But then, I was gonna say, you gotta start thinking about it, right? Because here's how the camera was set up, and I was like, oh, but the on button's gonna be upside down. Do you know how you fix that? Whoa. Okay, let's see. Did they give us any battery power on here? Can we just pop it on? Okay, so that's what the camera looks like, fully assembled. Power. Okay, they give us a little bit of power. Insta360 One. English. Oh, you gotta connect it to the app to activate it? Boo! I hate when companies do that. Don't do that. Just let's. There we go. Okay. Check it out. So you do get a front-facing screen. That works. It does look like we've got a little bit of battery power to it. Swipe down to access shortcut menu. Okay. Next. Shortcuts. We don't want the grids. Can we? Okay, so you do get some control over it. We've got, or aperture priority. Why would you have aperture priority on such a camera like this? So you get options between wide, linear, ultra wide, and narrow. Okay, so much like the GoPro. I can accept that. 4K 16:9, 4K indoor low light stability. So it gives you those options. 2.7K, 1080p, 1440. So 2.7K is 4:3 and 16:9. I like that. You can also do 4K 4:3, so you get more options than normal. So 4K 60, 2.7K up to 100, okay. 1080p and up to 200. Okay, let's do 4K 30 because that's my favorite. All right, we do have to break. It will not let you record until you connect the app and then activate the camera. So let's take a break. I'll charge the battery and get us a little more. I'll download the app into my phone, and I'll see you in just a second. Okay, and now we are back. It's actually kind of embarrassing. We had to stop for a moment because the camera ran out of SD card space, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to get the app to connect to the camera, and then I realized after like 20 minutes of messing with it, Bluetooth on the phone was turned off, so that's embarrassing. That's how you can tell that you're getting older, when you don't realize that you do dumb stuff like that. So now, let's connect it and activate it so we can actually start using this camera. So Insta360 One. So the firmware has been updated. Now we have to connect it so that we can activate it. Activated, hooray! And look, now we have access to all of this stuff on the app itself. 4K 60, no, we do not want 4K 60, let's do 4K that. We will do our first test in the ultra wide mode to see how it does compare to the GoPro. So, record. There we go. That was weird. It did a whole bunch of like jumping around before it started. Okay, so we are now using the Insta360 One R. This is the, as you just saw, we haven't messed with any of the settings. We're currently in auto. I'm just hand holding it, and something that I'm realizing right now when we hop outside to do the vlogging test, we'll probably have to swap this around because I do believe the microphone is right there. So if you do it so that you can see yourself, you do lose out on the microphone. So that might have a problem with the audio recording if you kind of want to use that as a display. So yes, this is a test of the stabilization. This is a test of the indoor image quality. Again, we haven't messed with any of the settings. So this is very, very initial impressions. And I do really, it feels a little bigger, it feels a little wider than my GoPro, but I do kind of like this setting. I like modularity, I like customizable things. You see this, you hear me talk about this all the time in my videos where I like having the ability to make a camera my own, and I like that I can flip this screen if I want to, I can add different camera modules if I want to. The camera battery itself, again, we'll have to price these out because it does look pretty expensive, but the image quality looks pretty good here. Hopefully the image quality continues to look good when I hop over to my computer to do this editing, and this is in the ultra wide. This is in their widest settings. So next, let's hop outside and do a quick vlogging test outdoors to see how this works in an outdoor scenario. See you out there. Okay, and this is the vlogging test of the Insta360 One R. We're now outdoors. I did switch around the module like I said I would. I now have the screen behind the camera, because you want to hear good audio during a vlogging test, right? So let's see, how's the stabilization look? Hopefully it looks okay. We're in auto mode, auto everything. I did see that this has a log mode, so if you want to record in a super flat profile, because that's all the rage for action cameras these days, you can do that too. So let's walk up these stairs. Let's jump, 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 jump. I do kind of miss the front-facing screen. If there's one thing that the DJI Osmo Action did right, is that they built that screen into the front. I mean, GoPro will have that display mod that you can buy that I'm probably not going to buy, but I already missed the front-facing screen. So it would have been nice if there was a microphone on both sides. I can appreciate why they probably did do that. So yeah, this is the image quality. This is the test. We will do far more about the Insta360 One R coming forward. So leave a comment below in what you would like to see out of this camera. And if you liked this video and you're still currently you're still excited about action cameras, click on this video as we build like an actually useful vlogging kit for the GoPro Hero 8 that isn't like a metal cage and some lights and a bunch of crap that you're never going to use. This video will actually be useful, so click on it. Thanks for watching.